Hi, and welcome to Today with Kandace. On this episode, you'll learn about the latest technology in brain therapy, meet an inspiring teen on a mission to spread smiles, and run over to Boardwalk Ferrari with yours truly to check out some incredible cars. But first, it seems these days shoppers are as conscious of what goes into the making of their food as they are the cost of it. And many are looking for ways to not only spend less, but eat better too. Well, one local grocer is doing their part to help consumers find a healthier way to eat that won't take a big bite out of their wallet.
For Cox Farmers Market in Dallas, Texas, it started with my father. He noticed that there wasn't that many places to get fresh fruits and vegetables. So in Duncanville, Texas, he opened up a small, probably 800 square foot shop with just nothing but local farm-raised produce. But he also brought in some of the best things that you can find throughout the United States. The main difference between produce from Cox Farmers Market and your everyday grocery store is plain and simple quality. Most major chains, they're either buying number twos or they are just bring them in from anywhere. And it's also a mixture of those big chains not having the proper respect or regard for the produce on hand. Employees here, the ones that work in the produce section, they pick through it so you don't have to. We make sure that you're taking home a quality product each time you pick something up here at the store. Because a lot of people can grow the same thing, but quality is going to vary. You can tell by how crisp the product is. You can tell the minerals that are in the ground just by the taste of it. A lot of factors vary into it. So it kind of differentiates from crop to crop. People can throw quality around left and right, but at the end of the day, once you start eating the product, you'll be able to tell right then and there. It could be pretty on the outside, but it could be bland right when you bite into it. So when we bring in apples, we like to make sure that your mouth explodes with flavor. Not only does the product have to be good, but it has to be consistent. When we are looking for farmers, we first check the quality. We like to know where it's grown, how it's grown, but it's also one of those things that individual, that farm has to make sure that they can meet the volume standards. Being able to meet demand and the quality standard is the two main requirements for this store. Our customers are a very particular type of customers. They are coming in here because they know that they can get quality produce at a good price. Today, it's starting to become a more up-and-coming trend to get the farm-to-table type of foods. Restaurants are starting to carry the more higher quality produce. Cox Farmers Market offers a sustainable, inexpensive way to meet your lifestyle needs and goals.
You can learn more about Cox Farms Market by visiting their website at coxfarmsmarket.com. And be sure to go check them out at the address on the screen. They're open 7 days a week. Well, viewers of our show should be familiar with this next gentleman. His popular Medical Minute segments are an invaluable resource for people looking for quick, accurate answers to many of their health questions. And I recently had the chance to sit down with him. Take a look. Our next guest really does not need an introduction. He's been our resident physician on the Best Docs Network since 2010, and we're so glad to have him now as our resident physician here on Today with Kandace. It's Dr. Richard Honaker. Dr. Honaker, thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So if you would, start off by talking to us just about your background.
I went to medical school in Virginia at the University of Virginia, and I did a residency here in Dallas in family practice, and then began a practice that grew to 12 physicians.
Oh, wow.
And PAs and nurse practitioners, and I practiced in that practice for 32 years and am transitioning to other practice opportunities at this time. Having had all that experience in the world of family practice, you get to know a lot of things about a lot of diseases, and that's where this whole website thing comes about as a valuable tool to help people understand medical topics and medical information.
Absolutely, and when you say website, you're speaking of your new website, AskDrHonaker.com. Tell us about the website.
Well, it's a website that has a library of the medical minutes that we do. This is a 60-second little talk about a particular subject. There's a couple of hundred, and there'll be more as the time goes on. And during that 60 seconds, I try to take each topic, whether it be diabetes, fever, hypertension, or cancer, or whatever, and distill it down to the most important points that someone needs to know. So they don't get a lot of the fluff and the stuff that's not necessary, but this is the stuff you need to know. So they can surf those medical minutes, or they can specifically ask for one topic. For example, if a mom wakes up at 3 a.m. and their kid has a sore throat and a rash, she may want to know, do I need to go to the emergency room? Can I wait till tomorrow? And what do I do tonight? Is it dangerous? And she can dial up that particular medical minute and get a good night's sleep or go to the emergency room.
Exactly. So obviously a wealth of information on the website AskDrHonaker.com, but let's say there is a topic that someone doesn't find on there. Can they get more information on it?
Yes, we don't want it to be a stale, one-sided website where people kind of take what's there and that's all they get. If you really need information that isn't in the content already or have some particular pressing question you have, it's going to be very interactive. You can submit your question, ask for an answer, and I will respond and do that. And I welcome that. That's kind of fun, and you know, it's impromptu, and you can get good information across in a very specific manner to someone.
Well, thanks for being with us, Dr. Honaker. And the perfect way to wrap up our interview is we're going to check out a new medical minute.
Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Honaker. There are a lot of changes going on in the world of high cholesterol. We've always thought for many years now that the best thing to do is to measure your LDL cholesterol when you're in a fasting state and try to treat your LDL cholesterol to a certain level that's appropriate for your particular diseases and age. There's a good body of knowledge now that says we may not even need to do the blood test in the fasting state. It may be just as accurate non-fasting. And you don't need to shoot for specific LDL numbers. Just if you have risk factors for heart disease based on a risk factor calculator, you need a drug like a statin, like you hear about Lipitor and Zocor and those kinds of drugs. And you're not even shooting for a specific number anymore. You're just taking a specific moderate to high dose based on these new studies of these cholesterol medicines to keep you from having heart attacks and strokes. Now, some doctors prescribe drugs based on the old way of doing things and some based on the new way. We're still trying to sort all this out, and in the meantime, it's best to just discuss this openly with your physician regarding what he or she feels is the best thing for you with your particular medical makeup.
At Neuro Bariatric Center, we offer a comprehensive approach to weight loss. Dr. Brewer and I are both board-certified surgeons, and we perform several thousand bariatric procedures. We also offer medical weight loss options as well as non-surgical options such as the gastric balloon. We know that this is a big decision for you, and we are here every step of the way in your weight loss journey. At Neuro Bariatric Center, a new you is waiting.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on a sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
Hi, I'm Jim Knox, and a lot of people have asked me, hey, what do you do away from the ballpark? Well, I am co-founder of a company called Identity Media Services. Our Emmy Award-winning production team can brand your company with videos, commercials, radio, and television, and our digital performance program specializes in lead generation, websites, and reputation management. So if your business needs a lift, give me a call, because as you know, it is tough to stay on top. Whew, that's gotta hurt.
For years, medical treatments dealing with the brain were high risk with sometimes less than wanted results. Now a revolutionary treatment is changing the way doctors can treat everything from depression to PTSD to Alzheimer's disease. The Neuro Brain Center of America, located right here in the Metroplex, is leading the way with this new procedure called HPN, or High Performance Neurofeedback. Let's take a tour of their wonderful clinic.
The Neuro Brain Center of America leads the nation in offering a groundbreaking treatment called High Performance Neurofeedback. HPN is a revolutionary method of treating multiple abnormalities of the brain, comprised of proprietary, state-of-the-art software, an FDA-cleared EEG microprocessor, and 5 pure gold Spider EEG electrodes. Non-invasive treatments are performed in a relaxed and comfortable setting without the use of needles and medication. When you first walk into the Neuro Brain Center of America, you will be greeted by a smiling face at the front desk. Be sure to enjoy our fresh-made infused water or tea while you fill out your paperwork and wait for the appointment. Next, you will be taken back to the oxygen bar for relaxation. We have a variety of scents for different therapeutic experiences, such as eucalyptus, which helps relax your mind. Once you leave the oxygen bar, you will be escorted to a session room for your treatment. The treatment consists of 5 electrodes being placed on your scalp. 2 of the leads are placed behind the ears as reference points and at the base of your neck, known as the ground lead. The other 2 leads, called the A positive and B positive, are placed strategically around the head area to address your specific treatment needs. Most sessions last 30 minutes, and some patients have reported immediate results following their first treatment. After 5 treatments, the data is collected and sent to our medical director. We'll follow up with each patient to track their progress and plan further treatments. The standard number of treatments range between 12 and 24. Individual results vary based on your conditions, and your treatment plan is customized to suit your needs. Call us today for more information or to schedule your first treatment and begin your journey to a healthier and more balanced state of mind. The Neuro Brain Center of America. Renew, refresh, rejuvenate.
To learn more about the Neuro Brain Center of America and find out more about the HPN treatment, visit their website at neurobraincenter.com or call them at 817-328-3000. From incredible technology to an amazing team, our next story is sure to warm your heart and put a smile on your face. Meet Emily Lights, a bright youth on an inspiring journey. Emily, thanks so much for being with me today.
Of course, thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So you're here to talk to us about your nonprofit organization, Emily's Smile Boxes. Tell us how it all began and what exactly it is.
So I started it when I was 10 years old, so I've been doing it for the past 7 years now. I started it because my brother Jude had a stroke in utero, and so it caused a lot of brain damage. He has epilepsy and just legally blind, a lot of issues. And so we go to the hospital a lot. I saw how sad kids were, and so I decided to make boxes that are full of toys and gifts. And I pass them out to patients and their siblings.
Wow, so tell us what we would find in a box. What do you put inside of them?
I put puzzles, coloring books, crayons, colored pencils. I put stuffed animals, just anything that you can think of.
And what has the reaction been from the kids?
They send me letters saying how grateful they are. I actually had a family come to my past event, and her husband had been in a train accident and he lost 3 of his limbs. And so his kids really appreciated the boxes because they were in the hospital for over 3 months, I think. I'm glad that I'm doing it. I'm glad to help kids out.
That's great. And how can people get involved?
People can get involved by donating to emilysmileboxes.com, or kids also have a Smile Box making party for their birthdays, and so they get gift cards, and then they buy different things for the boxes, and then all their friends come together and put boxes together.
That's a great idea. And you actually have events of actually assembling the boxes as well, correct?
That is right.
And is that open to whomever would like to come help?
Yes, whoever wants to come out. It's normally I have it on my Facebook. It's just Emily Smile Boxes.
You know, we also have to mention as well that Emily is the reigning Miss Dallas teen.
Yes.
We have to talk about that. How has your year been?
My year has been great. I love it. Has a lot of community service tied into it, so I just love being able to brighten people's days.
Well, thanks so much for being with us. We're so pleased with all the great things that you're doing.
Thank you.
To learn how you can help Emily with her Smile Boxes, visit emilysmileboxes.com. There you can learn how to donate, get details about the annual 5K, and much more. It's time for a break, but when we come back, we'll learn about the importance of heart health in women and meet a doctor who's helping adults to hear again in today's Health Spotlight. Stay with us.
Searching for a doctor can be a daunting task. BestDocsNetwork.com is your perfect resource for finding medical professionals in a variety of fields. At BestDocsNetwork.com, you will learn not only about the doctors, but will hear life-changing success stories from real patients. From the condition to the procedure to the results, our video library allows you to research and choose a doctor that best fits your needs. BestDocsNetwork.com, connecting doctors who are changing lives with patients who are looking for life-changing results.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me?
Hi, I'm Dr. Pedro Laredo. Have you ever thought about how many times you use your hands each day? If you're suffering from hand pain, numbness, tingling, then you're probably suffering from carpal tunnel syndrome. At the Laredo Hand Care Institute, we use the most advanced minimally invasive techniques to help you get back to work and your daily activities quickly, because your hands are important. Give us a call today to schedule a consultation so we can eliminate your hand pain for good. Call 214-790-7602 today or check us out at laredohands.com.
Welcome back. Our first story in today's Health Spotlight is a reminder to all women about the importance of heart health.
When I asked women what's the #1 killer of women in the United States, the vast majority say breast cancer. And it never occurs to them that heart disease is actually the #1 killer of women in the U.S. A woman is more than 10 times as likely to die from a heart attack as they are to die from breast cancer. Over 500,000 women will die of heart disease this year. Women present differently than men with heart disease. Men tend to have more of a typical chest pain, chest pressure, radiating down the arm, radiating up into the neck. Women, however, often present with a pain that's in the stomach, in the epigastric area, up underneath the breastbone. A lot of times it doesn't radiate. It's mistaken often for gallbladder disease, which is often also common in women. The same as heart disease forms differently in women, we need to use a different strategy in detecting heart disease in women. Traditional stress testing that is more accurate in men is not particularly accurate in women. We need to add something extra. So the addition of echocardiography to the stress test, or what we call a stress echo, is much more accurate in that we get some images of the heart and how well the heart contracts, and images of the valves in the heart, along with the electrocardiogram or electrical portion of the stress test. We do stress echocardiography on all women that we evaluate for heart disease here because the test is more sensitive and more specific to diagnosing heart disease in women. With intervention, we want to intervene in the risk factors for women when they're much younger, even in their 20s and 30s, to get their cholesterol down to normal, normalize blood pressure, stop smoking. Of course, you can't do anything about your family history, but being aware of that as well. Eating a proper diet, exercise program, weight reduction, etc.
Next, we'll learn how recent advances in cochlear implants for adults are producing great and sometimes life-changing results. Here's the story of Lynn and the doctor who helped her to hear again.
When cochlear implants were first developed, we only placed them in adults who had acquired their hearing loss later in life.
I had normal hearing as a child, and I didn't really notice a hearing loss until I was in my late 20s. Finally, the hearing aids no longer helped me, and the audiologist that I had been with for years told me, you might consider a cochlear implant.
It is because those adults already have in their brain the language abilities and the hearing abilities that they've acquired over their lifetime that we can truly determine what it is a cochlear implant is able to accomplish. And even to this day, the most ideal and most simplest to acquire good hearing with a cochlear implant are our adults.
Every time I would get a new hearing aid, I would get so hopeful that the new technology would give me some clarity, because I could hear the sounds. You know, the hearing aids amplify everything, but I couldn't understand. Until after I had the surgery, I didn't realize really how depressing it had become. It has just been amazing. Everything Dr. Peters predicted definitely came true, and my expectations have been so far exceeded.
Many of those patients, we can turn on and activate their implant on a day, and already immediately they understand speech. It is a often tearful process because many of those patients are now hearing things they remembered hearing many years ago and hadn't heard them for a long time. Their wife's voice, their children's voices. So those adults likely have great stories to tell, and many of them would say it's given them their life back again.
I would feel so comfortable to send anyone that was considering it at all to Dr. Peters. It was just incredible. This has been a total miracle in my life.
If you'd like to learn more about Drs. Dottie and Peters, you can visit bestdocsnetwork.com. While you're there, you can also find the best doctors in many areas of practice. We need to step aside for one more break, but on the other side, we'll race over to Plano for a closer look at some high-end sports cars. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Honaker. Let's talk about good parenting techniques. There's no magic 10 commandments here, but let me give you my take on some good ideas. First of all, your discipline needs to be consistent. It needs to be the 3 F's: fair, firm, and friendly. Discipline with empathy and love. It's also good to model good behavior. Now that, of course, is obvious. However, it's not as obvious as it might be in some cases. For example, if you're going to tell a kid how they should act, sometimes they're going to turn a deaf ear, and you know that. But if they can hear you talking to your spouse about how you would act in a particular circumstance, they're going to learn from that. For example, you make sure the kids are listening and you say to your spouse, hey, I found a letter on the street the other day. It had a stamp on it and it had money in it. And I thought about taking the money and keeping it because I found this on the street. But I decided the right thing to do was get the money to the right person, so I just licked the envelope, put it in the mailbox, and the right person got their money. So if you tell your kids what they should do with that letter, they may turn a deaf ear. However, if you talk it out with your wife, with them in earshot, about what you would do and what the right thing is to do, they're going to think, that's a good thing to do. And they'll sort of incorporate that silently, and in their psyche become a better person.
Hi, I'm Jim Knox, and a lot of people have asked me, hey, what do you do away from the ballpark? Well, I am co-founder of a company called Identity Media Services. Our Emmy Award-winning production team can brand your company with videos, commercials, radio, and television, and our digital performance program specializes in lead generation, websites, and reputation management. So if your business needs a lift, give me a call, because as you know, it is tough to stay on top. Whew, that's gotta hurt.
At Neuro Bariatric Center, we offer a comprehensive approach to weight loss. Dr. Brewer and I are both board-certified surgeons, and we perform several thousand bariatric procedures. We also offer medical weight loss options, as well as non-surgical options such as the gastric balloon. We know that this is a big decision for you, and we are here every step of the way in your weight loss journey. At Neuro Bariatric Center, a new you is waiting.
Searching for a doctor can be a daunting task. BestDocsNetwork.com is your perfect resource for finding medical professionals in a variety of fields. At BestDocsNetwork.com, you will learn not only about the doctors, but will hear life-changing success stories from real patients. From the condition to the procedure to the results, our video library allows you to research and choose a doctor that best fits your needs. BestDocsNetwork.com, connecting doctors who are changing lives with patients who are looking for life-changing results.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Finally today, who hasn't dreamed of riding down the road with the top down on your brand new sports car? But not just any sports car, the sports car. I recently took a trip to Boardwalk Ferrari in Plano, Texas to see what it is that makes this car so appealing. So as you can see, I'm here at Boardwalk Ferrari, and I'm joined now by the Ferrari sales manager, Brian Benjamin. Brian, thanks so much for being with us today.
Glad to be here.
Great. So first of all, I guess just start off by telling us just about Boardwalk and the history here.
Okay. Well, Boardwalk Auto Group started back in the year 1999 as just a Porsche franchise only, and has really just skyrocketed to become one of the premier dealers in the country for both Ferrari and Maserati.
Okay, so how fast are these cars?
Ferrari has a very rich racing heritage, as most people know, and that's what draws so many people to the Ferrari brand. So they're all about performance. Performance also means being able to slow all that power down, going through turns and doing things on a road course. So in addition to being very fast, they're also very capable to stop very quickly with brakes. They're very aerodynamically sound. The handling's great. So it's really more about how fast you can go around a track, in Ferrari's mind, not how fast you go in a straight line. Another great thing about the Ferrari world is they're very addictive, the cars are. And so someone buys their first one, they love it. Maybe even if they're thinking something different, they go drive other things and it's just not the same Ferrari experience. So they come back and maybe get a different model, choose something else in the range. And so we always warn people when they buy their first Ferrari, it won't be their last. And we have scores of clients that have had just multiple Ferraris and will continue to keep buying the latest, greatest one that comes out.
Which color do you see me in?
Probably red for your first one. Yeah, certainly the most common for someone's first Ferrari, and from there we've got the whole spectrum.
Thank you so much for visiting with us and letting us come out today.
Great to have you in today. Thanks so much.
For more information on Boardwalk Ferrari, be sure to visit their website at boardwalkferrari.com. And yes, unfortunately, I did have to return the car. Well, that's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, if it deals with your home, your health, making you beautiful, or how to spend your leisure time in DFW, then we'll be talking about it. Check us out at todaywithcandace.com and send us your ideas. We love to hear from you.